Tell us a little bit about why the Urban League got involved in housing.
As I recall, P.G. Peoples and Ed Holmes saw that there was a need in the neglected areas of the inner city, older neighborhoods, and they formed the Development Corporation to kind of meet that challenge.
When Porter and I was talking about housing and the needs for housing and his desire and interest to get involved with Kentucky Housing Corporation, and we found some vacant, dilapidated shotgun houses on Chestnut Street.
Some of them were uninhabitable, but one did have a family in it that was too much to our surprise. Don't know how you were living here in these conditions, but we did find a family there. So we started with that, and with a loan from some of the board members who arranged us to get some financing, and we partnered that with a job training program that had a dual purpose of giving new life chances for returning felons, as well as producing affordable housing for low income.
I think at this level, it was the first of its kind. There were other smaller individual type of organizations, nothing of the magnitude of the Urban League. So this was one that stepped forward at a much larger scale. They did the 4 houses, then they did more single family. But this was a very comprehensive, strategic approach to addressing housing needs in the community.
So when you started with those 4 houses, did you ever think it would grow to be what it is today?
No, well, yes, because of the leadership.
When you start out and you're meeting a need, you're just there to meet a need, and it evolves, it metastasizes, and as the need was met, and the greater the need became.
So you know this, but you are you've touched 250 homes that the Urban League has constructed. What does that feel like?
First, I didn't realize it was that many. And secondly, I first have to acknowledge that I maybe did at the end of it touch every one of them, but I had a great team that was with me particularly. And this is a great demonstration of how government and nonprofit and private and local lenders can attack this crisis of affordable housing. Without the government and the private lenders or local lenders help assisting us, we would not have been able to do that. Plus, I had a great development team. Vince and Derek and Tasha and myself, we had that pioneer spirit. And I also have to acknowledge that it was the grace of God that enabled us to do all of this. So 250, when you look at it, say, wow, I didn't realize that.
Just the successes of the people. There were first-time home buyers that moved into the units on Chestnut Street, and those home buyers were able then to build equity and move on to another house, and that moved to someone else. So when I see those families and those individuals that bought those houses, those are proud moments. And the brick and mortar that you see that's Urban League's done, those are always nice to see, but it's the faces and the people and the families that the Urban League has touched. They're really proud. I
would say that this is a worthy investment. You see the results. You're not only impacting the draw of affordable housing, but you're impacting lives, and you're giving people to have value to their lives. I am somebody. I can live here. I have space. I'm not crowded. I'm not just cramped into a matchbox. I'm living here.
It's vital. I mean, they've proven that they can do that. They've got the ability to transcend generations now of people in housing development. So I think it's going to be more creative. How do they partner with other nonprofit housing providers, and how do they seek out creative financing and partnerships to make it work? And so they've established a benchmark, and I think other nonprofits can learn well from them.
So we were talking that you're technically retired, but you're still getting pulled back in for things. So obviously the need is still great.
The need is still great. It's still great. What I'm gonna have to do is program their number in and block it so they can